Okay, good morning, everybody. How are we doing? It's a gorgeous day out. We're here at Sunday Fun Day. So thank you so much for coming to our beautiful center. We warmly welcome all people, all faiths, and all lifestyles. Today, we do stand upon the unceded ancestral lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh peoples, noble guardians of these lands since time immemorial. It's here that we get to gather, learn, grow, and celebrate our spirit in oneness. If you're joining us here on Zoom and YouTube, hello, you are just as important. Thank you so much for showing up. So please now join me in our opening invocation, all together now. To build personal and community well-being through universal spiritual teachings and practices. Thank you. And now join me all together with our opening invocation. There is one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Tanya Gee. Tanya is a seasoned doctor of traditional Chinese medicine with over 30 years of clinical experience and a thriving multidisciplinary clinic in Vancouver, BC. Known for her intuitive, heart-led approach, Tanya blends ancient healing traditions with modern healthcare. She is guided by the principles of service, devotion, compassion, and love. So now please join me in welcoming Dr. Tanya Gee.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kyler. Check that out. I was laughing because I felt like a child at the dinner table here. So thank you. Hi, everyone. Hi. I can see my friends. I see my friend, all my friends. Thank you. I am so grateful to be invited back to Unity. This is my third time here, and I am just tickled pink. I think I said that last time. I'm tickled blue today. This is the first week of the Advent, and I am honored to be here. Hey, I believe next is our beautiful solo performance. Thank you.
This is Be Thou My Vision. It's a traditional Irish melody from the 8th century. Be thou my vision, O love of my heart, not be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best thought, by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence my light. Be thou my wisdom, my calm in all strife. I ever with thee, and thou in my life. Thou loving parent, my child I will be. Thou in me dwelling, and I one with thee. Riches I heed not, nor the world's empty praise. Thou my inheritance, now and always. Thou Be thou my vision, O love of my heart, not be all else to me save that thou art, and thou my best thought by day or by night. Thy presence, my light.
Thank you. Thank you, Leora. I want to step away from the podium so I can feel closer to you. And I wanted to share a little something about myself. So for the last 17 years, I've been studying transpersonal psychology. And transpersonal psychology is spiritual psychology. And I recently attended a congress in Oaxaca, Mexico, and I was a guest speaker there. And I spoke about something called death terminal lucidity, or the death surge. It's about this interesting phenomenon that occurs just before a patient is going to die. They could be comatose, but then suddenly they awaken, fully alert, and they are able to speak. And then science doesn't quite understand how this can happen. You see, there is a great neuroscientist, her name is Willicott, Dr. Willicott, Marjorie Willicott. She studies advanced stage Alzheimer's. The brains are pretty much deteriorated. And she has seen this phenomenon occur. It defies science. She says, this should not be able to happen. An advanced, deteriorated brain should not be able to have someone speak, have someone share, have someone recognize. But it does. And now she says, I used to think that my patients were just mere bodies. Now I see them as sacred beings. And during this talk, I shared about my experiences I've had working with those with late-stage cancer and who are on their way to meet God. And I've seen this phenomenon 3 times. And what I want to do for myself is to provide a deep service of deep peace to these beautiful souls. But I'm also looking for security for myself. I want to diminish my fear of death. I want to be a living embodiment of deep peace and just love. And so this is what propels me to continue to study, to continue to read the sacred books, to not just cause my brain to be filled with knowledge, but to fill my heart with knowledge. Bring the two together. Knowledge with experience equals wisdom. Today I'm talking about the cosmic Christ consciousness. And you may know me as the Buddhist girl. What is she talking about Christ for? So today I wanted to share something very personal, very mystical, that got me on the path of wanting to know Christ. I have my tissue because I'm probably going to cry, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So I want to tell you a story that happened in 2021 during the pandemic. I think it was 2021. This is a time where, we were being asked to vaccinate. I have no problem with that. I don't have a problem with vaccinations. I just had a little problem with being told I had to. I was scared. I was treating patients that actually had some damage. And so I said, I have no other choice, but I have to do this. And at the same time this was happening, my beloved mother, 79 years old at the time, got diagnosed with stage 3 lung cancer. What's horrible about being diagnosed with cancer is realizing you had no symptoms. That's even more shocking. The greatest fear I had was I didn't want to see my mom suffer, and I didn't want to see her die. The only way that I could go into the hospital and be with her was I had to be vaccinated. So I said, okay, I have no choice. I have to make peace with this. So downstairs in the office building that I work at is a beautiful pharmacy. And Gary, he's the owner, and he's a Christian. And I've known Gary for 30 years. And I knocked on his door in his little office. I said, Gary, can I talk to you? He said, of course, what's up? So I told him everything. I said, Gary, I need to get vaccinated. I know you're doing it, and I'm scared. Can you help me? He says, how can I help you? He says, what do you need? I said, will you allow me to pray over the vial? Will you allow me to sit with it for a moment? Will you pray for me? Can you help me? Can you alleviate my fear? And he said, yes, of course. And that's what he did for my mom and for me. By the time that syringe was close to my arm, I had no fear. I said, I'm ready. Boop, there it goes. No problem, no problem, no problem. Until 4 days later. 4 days later, I was one of the persons that got myocarditis and blood clots. I found myself in the hospital. The hospital, all of the care people there burnt out, absolutely burnt out. When I got there, I said, I'm having trouble breathing. I said, something's not right. So they drew blood, and then they said, oh, okay, I think you need to stay here for a while. That didn't help me. I was even more scared. I was there for 6.5 hours. I was in the cardiac aspect, or part of the ER, and I was laying there in my gown. My hands were like this. I was sitting up, and I was tired, and I was scared. So much commotion going on. All these fears were going in my head. I closed my eyes, and then I thought, what would Jesus look like if I met him right now? I cannot tell you why I thought about that, but I did. So I sat there. What would he look like right now? And then I started going through it. If he showed up now, modern, like you and I, would I recognize him? Would I accept him? Would I question him? Would I think the person standing in front of me who tells me he's Jesus Christ, would I think that he was crazy? Probably. So I imagined him old school. Robes, robes and sandals and hair down to here and, glowing. But I just imagined him a little more human with like little dirt underneath his nails and stuff and just like present. And then I imagined him pulling back the curtain in my cubicle. And there he was. And he announced himself. He said, hi, I'm Jesus. And I'm sitting there going, wow, I know who you are. And he said, may I come in? I said, yes. And so he came in. And then I imagined him saying, may I sit down? And I said, yes. And he sat on the edge of the bed. And then I imagined him holding his hand out to me. And then I imagined myself putting my hand in his hand. And then I looked up, and I could see his face. And he was glowing, and his eyes met my eyes. And he said to me, "How are you feeling?" And I started crying. I said, "I'm suffering." I would not believe this was happening, for what he said next completely changed how I feel about Christ and love and light and reality. He said to me, "Let me take care of your mother so you don't have to worry." And I started crying. And then he said, "Let me take care of you so you don't have to worry." And I was crying like I am now, and it wasn't tears of fear or sadness, it was tears of relief. That one mystical moment transformed me completely. The little Buddhist girl suddenly is in love with Jesus. And this is not uncommon. This happens a lot. It just had never happened to me. And so, when Unity reached out and said, "Hey, would you like to talk about cosmic Christ consciousness?" I said, "Yes, please." Thank you for that. My mom's watching me now. She's probably shaking her head. "Oh, my daughter, my daughter, my daughter. Always telling our business." I love you, Mom. She's still alive. By the way, she beat cancer. Yeah, yes. Thank you, God. Okay, I scripted this because I knew it was going to be emotional, so bear with me. Today's title is called "How the Cosmic Christ Consciousness Can Cultivate Faith and Hope." Yes, it can. All right. This morning, we're exploring something that may sound big and mystical. Yes, please. It's actually just purely simple and very practical. We are preparing for the birth of Christ. And today I'm asking everyone, really, how? How can we cultivate more faith and more hope? And how can we utilize the Christ consciousness? But before we do that, some of you are probably asking yourself, like, what is cosmic Christ consciousness? Now, I asked myself this because I was preparing for this. I said, how can I effectively explain what that is? Not only for you and me, but also for the younger generation. Now listen, I'm not a parent, but I like everyone to call me Auntie Tanya, your Chinese auntie. And I love all the young kids. And I am concerned because they're growing up in an age of technology and they're losing touch with their inner technology, their inner connection to God. So I have two explanations of the cosmic Christ consciousness. One for those who love intelligence and knowledge, and one who's just beginning. So let's start with the first one, the intelligent definition. Cosmic Christ consciousness, it's a term that bridges spirituality, mysticism, and all world religions. It refers to an awakened state of being in which a person can experience oneness with God, oneness with the divine, universal compassion, and transcendent wisdom, not transcendental, transcendent wisdom. And it also is a sense of unity with all creation. It's not restricted to one tradition. Even though there's the word Christ in cosmic Christ consciousness, it is a universal spiritual reality. and it appears across literally all religions. In my study of transpersonal psychology with the Pneuma Institute, we are taught that Gnostic Christianity believes that the cosmic Christ consciousness existed embodied into Jesus of Nazareth, but also Buddha and also Krishna. And I brought my beautiful painting here to show you. They are all a part of the one. And they embodied themselves in humanity on earth to guide us back to God, to guide us back to the Christ within. In essence, the cosmic Christ consciousness is the awareness that the divine present, it permeates all beings. It permeates all beings. It is the recognition that spirit is not separate from the physical world. It is a part of the physical world. The sacred is embedded in all beings, not select beings, all beings. And love, it is the fundamental nature of all of the universe. That's beautiful. For those who receive that, you're intelligent. Now, I'm going to give you a simple definition. And this is a great one. For persons like my mom and me, we like it simple. Let's break it down. Consciousness. Consciousness, this is your awareness, your inner world, what it feels like to be you. Cosmic, everywhere, the whole entire universe. Christ, not just Jesus the person, but the divine love that lived and flowed through him. You put it together, the cosmic Christ consciousness. And you know what it means? It means waking up to the love, the wisdom, and that divine, immortal spark that exists inside of you. It also exists in each and every one of us and the whole universe. Just like the Hindu namaste. Namaste is, I see the God in you that also exists in me. Profound. So while preparing for this talk, literally I spent hours editing. And I wanted to offer you a modern and relevant explanation of the cosmic Christ consciousness. And someone said to me, if you want to teach something, make it simple. Make it interesting and make it relatable. I like to share something I tried on my 15-year-old autistic patient, and she loved it. This is confirmation. It goes like this. The cosmic Christ consciousness is like a universal cosmic Wi-Fi signal. Imagine the universe has one giant, invisible, and powerful Wi-Fi network. And this Wi-Fi network is love, connection, deep peace. The cosmic Christ consciousness is very much like being fully online with that signal. And that network is called God. Imagine that. You have 5 bars of connectivity on this network. Now, if you feel like you are experiencing stress, a lack of faith, you feel hopeless, and you know those feelings do occur, especially this time of the year. If you feel alone, if you feel isolated, this is just your device. It's not connected to that Wi-Fi. And there is only one thing you need to do. Action required. The answer is reconnect. 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 This is simple. yet oddly profound. I want you to take that home with you, and over this next month, if you can teach that simple, relatable, interesting fact to someone who will listen, you could, without knowing, change their lives. Give them something they can visualize. Give them something they can feel. Because the cosmic Christ is something we should be feeling, something we should be putting into practice. The cosmic Christ consciousness is just really about becoming your best and most loving self. Your best and most loving self. You will always realize that you are connected to everything and everyone. And this is how we can cultivate faith and hope. Christ consciousness, it is available to each and every one of us. Is this not simple? It is simple. The cosmic Christ consciousness, and here's are 3 points to remember. Choose unity over separation. Oh, and choose unity, the community. There is no separation. Choose love, not fear. And this is a practice, a daily practice. And remember that the spark of divinity exists in every one of you. And it is that spark that can guide you. Faith, again, because something becomes something you feel. It's not just something you're told to do. Our true nature is love. It is definitely not fear. I want to share something that really made me think, and I spent a year thinking about this. This is called the second coming of Christ. The second coming of Christ, they say, is within us. It's the realization of the Christ consciousness within us. Let's not wait. Let's not wait to maybe meet Christ. Let's manifest Christ in our hearts. And how do we do that? Let me tell you. It's not that difficult. It's work, though. Every time you forgive someone or yourself, Christ comes in. Every time you choose compassion over judgment, Christ comes in. Every time you see the divine in yourself or others, Christ comes in. And this is what keeps faith alive, and this is what keeps hope reborn. I want to tell you one more story that's completely moved me again. After my talk in Oaxaca, Mexico, a gentleman approached me and he was crying. And I asked him, "May I offer you a hug?" And he bent over and I hugged him. And he told me, he says, "I have a story to tell you." I said, "I am listening." And he said, "My sister, she works at Stanford University. She's doing research on the beliefs of terminally ill children. She was really concerned about how they were feeling. And she had gone to a hospice and she had to ask permission from two parents where their son was dying. She asked permission to speak to their son, and the parents are actually atheists. And they said, "We don't believe in your research, but we don't think there's any harm in you speaking to our son." So they signed the waiver. And his sister went to speak to this little boy. He was only 6 years old. And she said to him, "How are you feeling?" And he said, "I'm okay." And she said, "Do you want to talk about that?" And he said, he leaned in. He said, "Don't tell my parents." And she said, okay. She said, last night Jesus came to me and he sat on my bed and he told me, don't be afraid because I'm taking you home. You're going to be okay. And the little boy said to my friend's sister and said, I'm not afraid. It's going to be okay. And then he died a week later, completely at peace. My dearest Unity community, I love you so much. May you find the Christ within you. May you think like Christ does. May you act like Christ does. May you speak like Christ does. With all the love in my heart, I wish you the happy first week of Advent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Reverend Tanya, our hearts are overflowing. Thank you. Such authenticity and grace. I love it. So the cosmic Christ consciousness. Being a sanctuary for myself means being quiet, getting centered and connecting with my true essence, my God self or my Christ consciousness. Being as a sanctuary for others means being for them a safe refuge in times of strife, the voice of reason amidst insanity, an anchor in stormy seas. Being a sanctuary for God, my Christ consciousness, means being an open channel for spirit, a willing vessel for the manifestation of good. So we're going to launch into this song, and I invite you to be yourself and allow yourself to be, because we've been given this beautiful life. Let's spend it. You can't take it with you, so you might as well spend it while you're here. Dance, do whatever you want, sing along with me. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Let's do that again. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for
my goodness, how do we follow that up? I don't know. Wow, okay. All right. Tanya, thank you so much. Thank you. Namaste. And I love that I have a Chinese aunt now. Thank you.
Everyone's Chinese auntie.
Everyone's Chinese auntie. I love that. So thank you so much. Okay, we'll give it up one more time for the beautiful Laura and Jay, and also Tanya Gee. Thank you. Whew. Okay, gotta ground here. We now come to the time in our service where we bless our love offerings. So now, let's together say our offering statement all together now. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. If you are here in person, please drop off your donations with the ushers as you exit the sanctuary. To donate online, simply click on the donate link in your chat window. You can give all major credit cards. If you'd also like to pay with a credit card here or interact, we do have a machine available at the bookstore. Next, we'd like to share some of our great events that are coming up right here at Unity. One coming right around the corner, kick off your festive season with an evening of Christmas caroling. Wednesday, December 3rd at 7 p.m. in the lower level. This will be led by Marina Marcos. Is she here today? No. Okay, well, she's lovely. We will sing and celebrate together. Bring a dish if you wish, and come join us for some beautiful music. It's a by-donation event. So we are delighted to announce one of our most beloved annual traditions. Join us for an extraordinary Christmas candle lighting, a sacred evening of music and luminous peace. Together, we will welcome a new year anchored in light. This event is one night only, Wednesday, December 17th at 7:30 p.m. here in the sanctuary. Bring your friends and your family. This experience is best shared. Admission is by donation, but space is limited, so reserve your seats now on Eventbrite. We look forward to welcoming you into the glow of this beautiful tradition. For the candle lighting, we are asking that anybody who can contribute greenery to please bring it by December 14th. You can bring it whenever you want, but just please before December 14th. It will help decorate the salt tables where we put our candles. Thank you. On December 7th, so next Sunday, before service on the lower level, we do have a redevelopment committee meeting. They will be sharing a brief update on the current status of our redevelopment. So we'll see you at 10 a.m. on the 7th for those who are interested. And just so everyone is aware, those of you who do participate in our mastermind prayer, it will not be happening that week. And after service on Sunday, December 7th, we have Thomas DeShooter. He's back with another workshop in his Prosperity series on the lower level at 1:30. We'll be reflecting on the 4 powers of truth. True prosperity and creativity are sustained not just by what we do, but how we live and who we become in the process. So please bring your own notebook and pen, water, snacks, and anything else you might need to be comfortable. This event is also offered by donation, and all are welcome. So on Sundays, we do have our mastermind prayer group, except for next Sunday. Randy and Janet volunteer their time to create a sacred space where you all can come together and create a cosmic type of prayer together. So if you haven't tried it, go down there. It's lovely. So join them downstairs at 10 a.m. every Sunday, not next Sunday, but every other one. And A Course in Miracles study group is live here in the center every Tuesday from 12:30 to 2:30. We are also beginning another new year with A Course in Miracles daily lessons, where you're invited to journey through the workbook with a supportive community. So each week you'll complete your daily lessons on your own, then come together to review, reflect, and integrate the insights as a group. This is very practical and encourages a way to stay consistent, deepen your understanding, and walk the course alongside others who are also committed to growth. So that first gathering will be on Monday, January 5th, 2026, where we'll discuss the lessons from January 1st to the 5th. We meet every Monday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the lower level to review the previous week's lessons. So I have a sad notification that I was just notified about this morning. We no longer will be having child minding downstairs. Sad face. Today, after service, we are going to be decorating this beautiful sanctuary and transforming this into our winter wonderland. So please, if you have your time, and we do provide lunch as well, please join us. It's super fun, and you get to know people in different ways that you never would have. So please come. Today's affirmative prayer chaplains are Car Roman, Jeannie Bell Irving, and Brian Law. Oh, and we have Marina Marcos on Zoom. That's why she's not here. Hi, Marina. If you would like to receive a confidential prayer, our chaplains will be waiting here in the front row after the music. So, and of course, we will see you downstairs after the service to enjoy tea, coffee, cookies, and conversations with friends or at our reflective round table. So be sure to join us next week as Reverend Thomas DeShooter shares his talk titled Peaceful Breath, Peaceful Life. And now, as we bring this gathering to a close, please stand and let us together say our prayer for protection. All together now. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And please remain standing for the singing of our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in love eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And if you're here on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. We send you our love, and we look forward to seeing you next week. If you are on Zoom and want to pray confidentially with a chaplain in your private room, please accept your breakout invitation, which will pop up on your screen shortly. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.